Hey guys, this is Night Flame, and today, guys, I will be reviewing Convergence Superman issue number 1. And this issue is written by Dan Jurgens with art by Lee Weeks. Um, I decided to pick it up this Wednesday. I probably didn't tell you guys yet, but I will be picking up some issues in my comic shop and some issues from DCBS. So I will be giving you a lot of dose of comics. I can do my Wednesday reviews for the comics I pick up in the comic shop, and I can do my Friday reviews for the comics I get from Discount Comic Book Service. So there will be a lot of content from my channel in the coming weeks, days, years. So yeah, enough of that. Now let's get into the goodness of the comic book. And in this issue, we have pre-Flashpoint Superman. So what did I think of this Convergence issue? Let's find out. So the comic opens up with Clark. Clark has been basically, you could say, he's been stripped of his powers, because when you get under this dome, you become powerless. Your powers just disappear. It's kind of a power dampener. So the backstory of this is that Lois, Clark, and Jimmy all have been tasked with this mission to basically get information, or kind of like a news, on Gotham City by the Daily Bugle. Hopefully I'm not. Is the Daily Bugle Spider-Man? I think it's the Daily Bugle. Is it? I forgot what it was. Hope it's the Daily Bugle. I'm not sure. I totally just mind blank. But yeah, of the Daily Bugle, or you know what? Maybe I'll get it later. But yeah, of their newspaper, they have to interview people and get information for their newspaper. But when Lois, Jimmy, and Clark, when they arrived in Gotham, this dome grew over the city, and they weren't, able to return to Metropolis. So here we have Lois who's pregnant, and Clark. They're protecting Gotham City, this city full of criminals and a lot of things you're not used to seeing in Metropolis. Clark, he is not with his powers, so he has to act like a vigilante, just like Batman. He is trying to stop this kind of drug deal going on, and he ends up getting burned. So we find out, as he's getting burned, the dome came down, so he becomes Superman again. Everything just goes wrong for the criminals. He becomes Superman. He's bulletproof. The criminals are just getting what they deserved, and then one of the criminals grabs Jimmy Olsen, and he says, I'll shoot Jimmy if Superman, you don't stand down. So that's when Superman uses his powers. He uses his super speed, and he saves Jimmy Olsen. We find out that Lois is pregnant, like I told you, and that it's been fun having this kind of break for Superman. He only has to protect Gotham, not the whole world, and he's been spending more time with Lois. Lois has become this kind of oracle for Superman, because she talks to him through this earpiece, and she tells him what to do. So she's become kind of this oracle for Superman, and it's a really cool relationship. We find out that from the events of Convergence, Telos has told all the multiverses he has that he is going to bring down the dome, and that the best city is the only one who will survive. So we find that out, and in this issue, Superman has to basically protect his part of the dome, and his enemies are none other than the Flashpoint heroes. So we see that the Flashpoint heroes, they're not bad people, but they're having this meeting, that they really don't want to risk it, and they're going to protect their city. They're going to do whatever they can to protect their part of, the dome. So there's obviously more of them than there's of Superman. So they decide that they will go against this thing that's incoming, that is Superman. Superman has seen this Gotham City, and he's going to go visit it, and he's going to use his peacemaking skills, because he really doesn't want to fight. He has a pregnant wife going on, and he really doesn't want to risk anything. So when he's approaching this Gotham City from Flashpoint, Bruce informs everybody that, somebody is incoming, and then he sends Captain Thunder, that's what he calls himself in this universe, Shazam. He sends him to basically attack Superman and, not allow him to destroy this Gotham City from Flashpoint. Jimmy Olsen, he gets the ship, and, Jimmy Olsen, I don't like him in this issue. You'll find out why. But as we go on, Superman, he's trying to, go to the Flashpoint universe, Gotham City, and do a peaceful treaty, but he gets ambushed by the Flashpoint heroes, and it's a numbers game. There's more Flashpoint heroes than there is Superman, so Superman is obviously losing. And then Abin Sur, who's a Green Lantern of the Flashpoint universe, he sort of gives Superman a time to talk and basically explain himself because he has this good feeling about him. But all of a sudden, here comes Jimmy Olsen in the wrong time, and he's like, "Oh, Superman, I will protect you with the ship I own," and he ruins everything. So right when that happens, we find out that Jimmy Olsen ruins everything. Superman is doomed, and the Superman from the Flashpoint universe, who's this really skinny-looking character, who he never got sun when he landed in the Flashpoint universe. He was used for testing. He never got sun in his skin, so he never grew up to be that fully developed Superman. So he's this skinny-looking human. He ends up hearing Lois's voice, and in the Flashpoint universe, he really cared for Lois because Lois was the only human who saw hope in him and saw the good in him. So we at the end end up finding out that that the Superman from the Flashpoint universe goes towards Lois. Lois is scared, and something is gonna happen to Lois. She's calling out for Clark, but Clark isn't there because Clark is fighting with the Flashpoint universe heroes, and that's where the issue ends. I thought it was a good cliffhanger. So what did I think about this issue? Convergence Superman, I thought it was unlike other Convergence issues I read. I thought it was a good issue. I honestly did. I didn't have a lot of hope going on for it because from what I recently read from Dan Jurgens, I haven't had the best, taste in my mouth. But in this issue, he goes back to his roots. He was that person who had a really acclaimed run on Superman. So, he brought Superman back to where he was, like not married, but in a relationship with Lois Lane. Lois Lane is pregnant, which is really cool. Jimmy Olsen is also part of his posse, but Jimmy Olsen, he screws things up at the end, which I don't like, but yeah. But he didn't know better, so it doesn't matter. But yeah, I like what Dan Jurgens did. He brought a Superman that we haven't seen in a while. The Superman who he's good at heart, and Lois Lane kind of brings this humanity from him. While in the New 52, he's dating Wonder Woman, but we don't get this humanity from him. Wonder Woman really doesn't bring that out. Well, dating Lois kind of brings out this humanity from him, and that's what I really like. So hopefully after Convergence we have that Lois and Clark relationship again, which I've been really waiting for, because I think that really works better than Diana and Bruce, and not Bruce and Clark. Their relationship's a little but whatever. I like this issue. I'm glad that we got it. Unlike any other Convergence issues as well, this one has really nice art. The art is really nice. It's not, it doesn't look like it's old art or really, simplistic, kind of rushed art. This one is good, and I liked it. I cared for the villains, which are not really villains, but I cared for the Flashpoint universe heroes. I cared for Clark. I thought this issue was just a definite pickup, and I gave it a 9.5 out of 10. I think you should definitely pick it up. I'm glad I did. It was a nice story. I liked it, and since it's only a 2-part series, I'm excited to see how this, this will end. So yeah, definitely pick this up. So thanks for watching, guys. Hope you like this video. Also subscribe to my channel if you haven't done so, and have a nice day, guys. Goodbye. Don't forget also to pick up Convergence Superman. It was a good issue. Once again, guys, have a nice day and goodbye.